some of them by plane crash, okay? Some of them by car accident. Over 1,200 people have been killed by police. There is no war on police. Let's talk about Laquan McDonald. Laquan McDonald was killed before Tamir Rice, okay? And we're just hearing about it now because Rahm Emanuel didn't care about Laquan McDonald. His family cried for justice for over a year, and Rahm Emanuel didn't care. They didn't release the tapes. The police went into the Burger King and erased the tapes. And then, right when the judge said, you have until Wednesday to release the tapes, they released the tapes and arrested that officer. Is that right?
No!
Is that okay?
No!
Black Lives Matter, and we are sick of these police killing us in the streets, whether we are armed or unarmed. Okay? We have the right to make it to trial. Do we have the right to go to trial?
Yeah!
We have the right to make it to a trial. We have the right to justice, and we have the right to film the police. Let's hear no justice.
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No
We're
peace!
just getting started here. This is a smaller crowd today. I don't care because America has hurt us. And we're not done. We're just getting started here. We're getting comfy here. We're going to have bigger crowds here. So sit in your white privilege and listen to my black power because I'm just getting started here. You won't kill me. You won't shoot me. I'm armed. Come on. We have the right to defend ourselves. We have the right to walk down the street and exist in black skin. We have the right for our murderers to go to trial and to be held accountable for our deaths.
Yeah!
They better convict that officer that killed Laquan McDonald, or guess what? It's about to get live in here, Utah. It's about to get real. 16 shots. 16 shots.
16 shots! 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 16 shots!
Thank you to the white allies that came out here today. It is clear that Black America won't wake up. They have internalized the racism against themselves. We have to start loving ourselves as much as the white allies care for our lives. And the brown people need to wake up too. And if you're not awake, we'll wake you up. We'll wake all of you up. I want to thank you for coming out here today. There's another rally right after this. Thank you, Greg, for organizing this. And let's just say this. We're not going to stop coming out here. We've been coming out here for a year, and the world is waking up. More people are marching unless it snows, okay? More people are showing up unless it's cold. And I just have one last thing to say, and that is no justice.
No peace!
No killer
Police!
No justice! No peace!
No killer police!
No justice!
No peace! No killer police!
No justice!
No peace! No killer police!
Yeah, thank you, Lex. That's right. All across this country, we are seeing an awakening of black and brown lives. And they're scared. That's why the white supremacists shoot at us, because they need to intimidate us. They want us to bow our heads and suffer in silence. When they opened fire on a protest of 200 people, the very next day, there were 4,000 people out there fighting. And as a friend or a historical figure once said, better fewer, but better. You out here today are the most dedicated people. It's cold, it's Saturday, could be buying a bunch of useless crap for cheap prices, but you're not. You're out here fighting for black and brown lives. You're out here standing against white supremacy and racism. And let's hear it for you. That's tremendous.
Woo!
It's important. It's important that we're out here. And you may wonder why we're at the federal building. And the reason is this. The police are part of the executive branch of the government. The police, the head of the police locally is not the police chief. It is the mayor. The mayor decides who is the police chief. The mayor ultimately decides what policies will be followed. And along with that, it is the presidency, it is the White House that can decide the rules of engagement. When I say rules of engagement, it may sound militaristic, and that's because it is. You'll notice they talk about the police and they talk about civilians. What is implied there is that the police are not a civilian force, that they are a military force. And they talk as though they're a military force. And all you have to do is look at them in their fatigues, in their body armor, with their assault rifles, with their tanks, and you can know that they are a military force. Well, if they are a military force, then that means this is an occupation. This is an occupation. That is why the police can continue to murder with impunity. Just as soldiers in foreign lands can kill, can steal, can rape and sexually assault, we see that the police, locally, domestically, have nearly the same powers. Why?